From the Kiss 92.5 studios in Toronto, Canada.
Ladies and gentlemen,
this is Roz and Mocha.
It's Roz and Mocha. What's going on?
Hey guys, this is Bruno Mars.
This is Selena Gomez.
The Chainsmokers.
Lady Gaga.
Calvin Harris.
Celestia Cara.
This is Ed Sheeran.
You're listening to my boys Roz and Mocha.
Roz and Mocha.
My boys Roz and Mocha.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
Between Roz and Mocha, who is your favorite?
Mocha. Roz and Mocha. You guys are so funny, man.
Congratulations, Lisa! Wow!
You just won $1,000.
That's amazing. Y'all just made my entire morning. Keep it up.
You guys are awesome, man. This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, Mocha.
Yeah.
You ready? Let's do the news.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
News break.
Football last night.
Yes.
Damn.
Go Chiefs.
So that game ended in a wild way, by the way. But there was so much more going on. So Taylor was there in the box in a denim skirt, and they love to have her. Here's the NFL talking about Taylor.
Signings as we have up in the booth. Taylor Swift making an appearance right there. I believe that is Travis Kelce's father, directly to the left of Taylor Swift. It is, and they're having a fun conversation. We were just having a conversation about Derrick Henry and the offseason signing that it was. What does he bring to this Baltimore Ravens offense?
Damn.
Not
and
a
then during the game, Patrick Mahomes became the Chiefs' all-time passing leader when he found Travis Kelce.
3rd and 12, deep drop Mahomes. Runs away to find space. Fires on the run to Kelce to the 30-yard line. A perfect play for Patrick Mahomes to set the Chiefs' record for most passing yards, passing the legendary Lenny Dawson.
Now, on the field, Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes, they got it going on, man.
Yeah.
They got it going on. And all last year up in the box,
Great combo.
it was Taylor Swift and Brittany Mahomes living life, having a couple cocktails. They had choreographed dance routines, everything else. Besties.
Like friendship bracelet besties.
So last week, Brittany Mahomes likes on Instagram a couple Donald Trump Vance 2024 posts.
Wow.
Last night at the Chiefs game, Taylor Swift in one box, Brittany Mahomes in another box.
So now we got bad blood.
You can't sit with me.
Yeah.
Do you know that that's actually the reason why?
What other reason would there be?
I don't know. Maybe they got into a fight. I don't know.
No.
I'm just asking questions.
No. She cannot have not even the same box, different ends of the box. We're talking separate boxes.
That's crazy.
They went from besties last year. Love to see them. The dancing, the hugging, the high-fiving, choreographed outfits, matching cocktails.
Let's make up the story, guys.
Separate boxes. I love it. Meanwhile, the Kelce mom is doing all right for herself. Donna?
Yeah.
Kelce mom.
Remember, it was announced that Donna was going to be in that Hallmark Channel Christmas movie based around the Kansas City Chiefs. This is a Hallmark Christmas movie in partnership with the Kansas City Chiefs called Holiday Touchdown, A Chiefs Love Story. Here's the first trailer for that.
Saturday, November 30th. Now, for the first time ever, Hallmark and the Kansas City Chiefs. Whoa. Leave it. All on the field.
How about those?
Chiefs. Holiday Touchdown, a Chiefs love story. All new Saturday, November 30th. Part of Countdown to Christmas. Only on Hallmark Channel.
Guys.
Beautiful. Oh my God, you're going to watch, Mocha, right?
I'm going to watch.
Are you
watch.
really? Yeah.
All them Hallmark movies, the Christmas one, the fall, like all of them.
Do you watch those? You really do, though?
They got
honestly?
the exact same premise, right? The exact same premise.
Yes.
Every single one of them.
Right.
And guess what?
What?
Watch them all.
You do. Interesting. Okay, so you're down for this. You're
I'm
down.
gonna watch this.
Holiday Touchdown, a Chiefs love story. I don't know. They said November sometime. I'm
November
guessing
30th.
around U.S. Thanksgiving or something like that.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
In a weird turn. So remember Ray Gunn, the breakdancer from the Olympics, the Australian breakdancer?
Who could forget?
So, people just went in on her, right?
She went into hiding,
and rightfully so. She went into hiding, and so she came out and did an interview where she was talking about the people who do support her, and I guess Richard Branson, the Virgin Empire billionaire guy, is a big fan of hers. And he called her up and was like, yo, I like what you did. I think you're great. Everything else, we should work together at some point. And he says, I'd like to put you on a cruise ship with Boy George. Which to me, you've never talked to somebody before in your life. You're a break dancer, and then a billionaire calls you and says, hey, I'd like to put you on a cruise ship with Boy George.
Like to perform?
Who knows? But to me, that sounds like the most out of left field thing that anyone could ever say to anyone else.
I'm saying that's suspect. Like if I go, I'm not coming home to my family, apparently.
Ray Gunn and Boy George had dinner together last night in Amsterdam.
No, they didn't. For what?
I'm guessing to plan the cruise routine. I don't know what else it could be.
That's so weird.
Why else would that happen?
I guess.
Well, that's interesting.
Like to be a dancer for like a song that he performs?
I don't know. But you go from being what you were, which was sort of a laughing stock, let's be honest.
Yeah,
right?
ridiculed.
At the Olympics. And then you think, oh my God, all my dreams are going to come true after I'm an Olympian, right? Cereal boxes.
Yeah.
Hallmark movie.
All sorts of endorsements.
All sorts of all of that stuff. All like the money come pouring in.
Yeah.
Right? Simone Biles kind of money.
Yeah. My life is going to be
Michael
changed forever.
Phelps money. Changed, right?
It
Get out
did
of that
change.
stupid teaching job she does.
It changed
everything
for the
else.
worse.
And then you're left with cruise ship with Boy George.
So he plays it. So he does a lot with them. He's a DJ on those boats.
I'm sure, but it's a cruise ship with Boy George.
But how much is the bag? Do we know?
Oh, I'm gonna say
We're talking about Richard Branson here.
Yeah.
How much is the bag?
The reason Richard Branson's a billionaire is because I'm sure he doesn't pay people well. How much would she get paid?
Yeah.
Max on a cruise ship, $10,000.
No.
Yeah.
Gotta be more.
No.
Gotta be more.
No.
How long is the cruise?
No.
How long am I on the cruise breakdancing for?
4 days.
For $10,000?
Yeah.
Not bad, bro.
And free food?
Okay, hand up. Who's turning that offer down?
Not me.
Nobody. You turning it down, Maria? Breakdancing on a cruise for 4 days, $10,000?
No, I'll be dancing like no tomorrow.
Okay, there we go. Damn it, Maury?
Of course.
Yeah, okay, right.
Because you got to also get free food on a boat.
Right. What? Jesus Christ.
Is the accommodations good?
Yes.
No, terrible. You're
No,
down,
no,
you're down
no,
with the
no, no, no.
Yes.
No,
terrible
no.
accommodation.
Because that changes my answer.
I need a room with a window. If I'm going to pop and lock it, I need a room with a window.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Are you ready to be living in a world where you get weighed at work?
What?
What?
So
They can't do that.
So in the UK, the government recently announced a new health screening program aimed at male-dominated industries such as engineering and construction, where employees have traditionally been less likely to volunteer for any sort of existing programs that companies offer. So even doctors were taken by surprise by this announcement. So the format is that medical professionals will come to the workplace offering a series of tests that could serve to lower patients' risks of serious disease later in life. Already, around 130 checks are set to be rolled out by next year. Jaguar and Land Rover were two of the first companies to sign up. Their 4,500 employees. So it's a 20-minute exam. I guess they'll be done in private, so they're not going to like weigh you in front of your coworkers.
Not like that scene in The Office?
No.
They had to go down to the warehouse?
No. But didn't they all have to get on the scale?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so funny. In Japan already, those who put on weight at work over the course of a year are then referred to a company doctor who will make recommendations about their lifestyle or diet.
So what if it's like a health condition that causes you to?
Then they want you to get checked out. Companies, you're a liability if you're sick. Right? They want healthy employees. And the way to get healthy employees, because guys don't go to doctors, is to bring the doctors to the guys. But if you're in Japan and like maybe you're going through something, who knows? What? You're at it, you know, your girl leaves you, whatever, right? You know, you're out with the dudes, you're drinking a little more than you normally do, eating terrible food.
You go home at night, you crush like a Haagen-Dazs
Yeah,
tub.
yes. Like we don't have that culture here. Could you imagine getting called into the office by the boss and you're like, oh God, what did I do? Did I screw up my overtime forms? What did I do? And you sit down in front of the boss and they're like, yeah, you're getting fat, huh?
Damn.
Right?
Oh my God.
Companies want healthy employees.
They better not do that here. They're not.
It's what
doing that. There's no way.
It's what they
No,
want.
that would never fly here.
Can you imagine sitting down in front of our like. There's no way. I'm talking.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Back in 2017, Chester Bennington of Linkin Park took his own life, and the band has sort of, done little things here and there, but they made a huge announcement yesterday where they're back with a new tour, a new album, and a new singer. And their new singer is a woman named Emily Armstrong. Shem, I always lean on you for any sort of vocal critiquing. So they did a live show yesterday, and I want you to listen to this clip of Emily Armstrong. Sure. Go. Thoughts on that, Shem?
Well, it started out a little shaky, and then she kind of got into her bag a bit.
Yeah. I think it works, man.
Yeah,
I think it works. Big up to her. I like Linkin Park.
And people are digging up stuff because I guess there's controversy with her already. Like apparently maybe she used to be or still is a Scientologist, and then people are saying that she was friends with Danny Masterson, who was convicted of rape and all this stuff.
Is
and
that why he's trending?
Yeah, that's why. That's why. That's why.
And don't forget, Linkin Park gave us that gem of a remix with Jay-Z.
Yeah,
the encore remix, right?
Who you know fresher than Ho? Riddle me that. The rest of y'all know where I'm lyrically at. Can none of y'all mirror me back?
So good. They went on tour together as well. And what's his name? Mike Shinoda from Linkin Park.
Yeah.
Love that guy. I'm excited for this new project.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
The Perfect Couple on Netflix. I wrapped that up last night.
Yes.
Loved that show.
I'm on episode 5.
People are
How many episodes?
Six.
Okay, we're going to blast through them episodes this weekend.
So the show starts off like the opening credit. I usually blast through the opening credits, right? I'm like, whatever. But so this is a show about like an ultra wealthy Nantucket family where there's a big family weekend and all these rich a-hole family members all get together and then a body shows up, right? It's a murder mystery. So you get that in episode 1. But the opening credits of the show start with like a shot of the wedding in a flash mob sort of giant choreographed dance routine with all the actors in the show.
Okay.
Right? And I love it. I thought the opening sequence was actually awesome.
Is it the same for every episode?
It's the same for every episode,
All
right? However, the cast, and I just found out, hated it.
Why?
And they actually started a group chat amongst themselves. So Nicole Kidman, Dakota Fanning, who else is in it? There's a bunch of Liev Schreiber.
Yeah.
So the main sort of cast started a WhatsApp chat to try and figure out how they could convince the director to actually not use it because nobody understood the purpose of it, right? They were all like, it's so bloody confusing. Also learning choreography and nobody told them they were going to have to do this. Producers of the show thought it was a huge mistake because normally for a big choreographed routine, a filmmaker, showrunner, director would need about 2 days when you got 60 people dancing on a beach to shoot that. They had 90 minutes to shoot it.
Yo.
Right? And they all lost. The director went with it, and it's actually amazing.
Yeah.
The only person in the cast who was on board was Liev Schreiber. And he goes, I wasn't actually in the group chat. The entire cast had a mutiny about this idea, except me. I was already in my trailer practicing the moves.
He thought everybody was into it.
He goes, I just like dancing, and I was actually kind of disappointed that when it came out, I wasn't in it more because I thought I did really well.
So maybe somebody in the group chat caught wind that Liev Schreiber was into it, and they're like, leave him out of the group chat because he's going to say how much he likes it and try to convince us.
And now when you watch the show, right? When you watch the show and you watch the opening dance sequence for The Perfect Couple, it all makes sense because when you watch it, Liev Schreiber looks like he's the only one who's actually loving
himself.
it.
Because he does.
And he goes for it too, right? Like it's really cool.
100.
But watch that show. It's a great murder mystery.
What's it called again?
The Perfect Couple.
And it's on
Netflix.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
The PWHL is going to be announcing all the teams' names and logos for the 6 in the league.
Hey, finally.
Now, the individual teams on their social accounts have been sort of hinting and teasing what the names are going to be. So in Toronto, the example was, they said, quote, almost ready to rule the rink. Almost ready to rule the rink.
Toronto Rinks?
No, to rule the rink.
Toronto Rulers?
I think that the rule is in there. Like, it would be.
I know.
What is it? Cheesecake?
It sounds like something royal.
Something
like,
royal.
Like king or queen, or probably like princess or
monarchs.
Or monarchs, yeah.
Something like that.
Monarchs.
Or royalty or whatever. I think that's
Yo,
it.
the Toronto Kiss My Rings.
Yep. And then the Ottawa team, their social media said, bringing the energy.
Oh, the Ottawa Energy.
Okay, you're bad at this. You're terrible at this. No, that's that's cryptic.
The
It's
Ottawa
cryptic.
Bolts.
Bolts.
I was going to say Shocks.
Shocks.
Ottawa Shocks. The Ottawa
Shockers.
That's not good.
The why?
Could be. Could be.
The Ottawa
Live wires.
Electrics.
The Ottawa Electric. Okay, you are terrible at this game.
I like the Ottawa Shockers.
Yeah.
Maria's suggestion, by the way.
No, I will not get wrapped into that.
You are the one that said it?
No, you said it. I giggled.
So they played their first season without team names and generic jerseys. So this season is going to be a whole lot different. Get that merch. Sell that merch.
I'll buy a shirt.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Toronto International Film Festival over the weekend. David Morey talking to Tilda Swinton, who what's her character's name from the MCU? Who is she? I just saw her in Deadpool. Well, no, not Deadpool. She's whatchamacallit? Who's the guy with the thing where he goes? Who's that guy?
Electric.
No.
Magneto.
No, Benedict Cumberbatch. What's that guy's character?
Oh, Doctor Strange.
Doctor
The
Strange.
ancient one.
The Ancient One.
Yes,
That's who she
I like
is.
her.
Yes, thank you. She's awesome. She's in a movie called The Room Next Door, playing a former war correspondent who gets cancer, and then Julianne Moore comes in as the sort of old friend to help her through that entire process.
Serious subject matter.
It is. It is. We will get to that in a second. However, Dammit Morey on the red carpet. This is how it started. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Tilda Swinton, how are you?
Very well, thank you.
Wanted to meet you for so long, and the moment has finally happened.
How nice. What's your name?
My name is Maury, like Povich, but better looking.
Maury. Very nice to meet you, and you are exceptionally good looking.
Oh, my God, thank you.
What?
Exceptionally good looking?
Question.
Exceptionally good looking.
I have two questions. One, was she wearing her glasses?
No.
2, was she drunk?
Maybe.
Exceptionally good looking.
Very nice to meet you, and you are exceptionally good looking.
Exceptionally good looking?
Did you tell her it's because of the celery?
No, I just said thank you.
Exceptionally good looking?
I'll take it. You're just jealous.
Did you see this movie more?
No.
No. Okay, clip number 2, please.
One of the best movies I've seen at the festival.
Hold on a second. Wait, what? Bruh.
Oh, no.
So
After she says,
Very nice to meet you, and you are exceptionally good looking.
you go on to lie to the woman's face
Yes,
by
she
doesn't
saying,
know that. One of
So-
the best movies I've seen at
So
the
The
festival.
Room Next Door, by the way, won the Golden Lion in Venice. They got like a 17-plus minute standing ovation. Like everybody's pumped for this movie. It's Pedro Almodovar's first English language film, and so it's a big deal. And so here's Maureen.
One of the best movies I've seen at the festival.
Oh, that's really lovely to hear.
Yeah.
When you're getting a 17-minute standing
18
ovation.
and a half, thank you very much.
Oh, in your
Sorry,
face.
I miscounted. 18 and a half minutes. What do you do for 18 and a half minutes?
You clap Pedro Almodovar, because you're standing right there beside him, and you clap him, and you clap him, and you clap him.
Your hands hurt after 18 minutes?
Especially if you're wearing a ring, yeah. Yeah, but it's worth it.
Wow. I don't know if I could clap for 18 minutes for anything.
Anything at all?
No.
That's
Not
a
even-
long time.
18 minutes is a long time.
That's 4 minutes shy of an episode of The Office.
Bro. That's a long time.
One of the best movies I've seen at the festival.
Even though it was one of the best.
But it is, as you said off the top, Mocha, it is a very, very heavy movie, and those cannot be easy to shoot, right?
On a movie like this where it's such a heavy subject, how do you still have fun in between takes and make it an enjoyable experience?
You know, it's a funny kind of law that I've discovered of filmmaking. It doesn't matter what the film's about, it's always fun. In fact, very often the heaviest subjects, they're always, heavier to watch than to actually make. And it's very important to have a lot of fun when you're working. Doesn't matter what the subject is.
There you go.
I like her.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Tom Brady, officially a broadcaster. Over at Fox.
Thank God you didn't say officially came out of retirement.
No. He's officially a broadcaster, and I think they paid him like $300 million or something like that. Like, it was a ridiculous amount of money.
What? Guys, we're broadcasters.
And his debut really overshadowed the Cowboys' win over the Browns. Mixed reviews from fans, but listen, it's tough when you are the best at something and then you just do a new thing. Because, I don't know whether people expect him to just be great at everything.
Yes, because Tony Romo, another broadcaster, former quarterback, is really, really good.
But was Tony Romo good day one?
Yes.
Yeah, Tony Romo was very good.
He was amazing.
His last couple seasons were not so great, but
I don't remember Tony Romo's first day on the air, but I cannot imagine.
How you think he got that amazing Skechers deal?
Okay. And here's a little bit of Tom Brady.
He's Tom Brady, and I'm Kevin Burkhardt, and you're a broadcaster. How about that?
We're here. It's been quite a journey, but I love being your partner.
I'm excited as well. It's going to be a lot of fun. We should start with quarterbacks. That seems to make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Cowboys making news. They come to an agreement with Dak Prescott on a big new contract, right? But with that comes pressure. Not only long-term, but what kind of pressure is he facing then and today in this game?
Yeah, Dak signed the largest contract in the history of the NFL. Now he's got to go out there and earn it. And 2023 was his best season. He's coming off of that. But going forward, it's going to be what happens in the postseason, how he's going to do it. But today, his challenge is going to be Myles Garrett.
It's not that bad.
I don't find anything wrong.
No, I think he's fine.
I think that when you watch the whole game, there was a couple moments of dead air where I just think you don't know the rhythm. Like, this is a guy who is everything in him is about rhythm, flow, what he sees, spots, all this stuff. He's great at picking spots on the football. But to do that in a broadcast booth when it's your first day and you're there with other guys, you don't want to step on anyone.
Yeah.
You don't want to say
overthinking.
You don't want to do too much, right? Like, it's his first. That's a tough first day of work, though, man. That is when you're Tom Brady. That may be one of the hardest first days of work.
Paid?
I think what they pay him, I don't even know what the deal is. It's a lot of money.
And we do this stuff pro every day.
$375.
$375 million?
Yep.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. You better be better next week, bro.
Damn.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So today is the day federal public workers will be required to work from the office a minimum of 3 days a week. This is what they called cruel and unusual and all those other things. The new policy is taking effect despite the massive opposition from unions who say they will continue to fight the policy in federal court. And in upcoming collective bargaining negotiations, unions warn that there could be problems with public transit capacities.
What?
With the lack of space for all those returning workers.
A problem for public transit in this city?
Listen, everybody who runs one of those little stores down in the transit systems, like the coffee shops or the dry cleaning or like the whatever it is, a patty shop, they're all getting killed because nobody's going to work. And the people who are riding the subways at that time aren't the right people. And I don't mean that in any sort of disparaging way. I mean, they're not the office workers who stop and get breakfast on the way, stop and get a coffee on the way, right? All those people are getting killed. They're going to be happy to have people back. So previously, up to this point after COVID, it was 2 days a week in the office. So now it's 3 days a week.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
The red carpet for The Last Showgirl was over the weekend at Toronto International Film Festival. And The Last Showgirl it's the Pamela Anderson movie. It's Pamela Anderson, Jamie Lee Curtis, and Dave Bautista. Mm-hmm. Pamela Anderson plays a Vegas showgirl who's been doing the same act at the same old casino for 30 years.
Wow.
And it's everything. It's her everything. It's how she decided to live her life. And then Dave Bautista is the sort of manager who comes in to tell all the girls that the show is closing. And so Pam Anderson, at that point, her character is like she's not only losing her job, but her entire identity. Jamie Lee Curtis is the cocktail waitress dealing with the sleazy customers, all this other stuff. Now, I'm going to say this. Nobody is saying it's a slam dunk because oftentimes at TIFF, everybody is like, oh my God, Oscar, Oscar, Oscar. They did that for J-Lo for her Showgirls movie that she did. Hustlers movie, right? And then the world saw it, and we were like, "It's basic, okay? Like dial it back just a little bit."
That movie was stacked with celebs.
Nobody's saying that Pam Anderson is going to win an Oscar, but everybody is saying that she will be nominated for awards, right? The BBC called her a revelation in this movie. Yeah, okay. And I think the only movie really that she's known for was Barbed Wire years ago, right? Like, has she done? She hasn't taken the lead in anything since then, right?
What's this one called? The show?
It's called The Last Showgirl.
Last Show.
Yeah.
Sounds very similar to Burlesque, though.
Didn't see Burlesque. But yeah, so everybody is loving Pamela Anderson in this. Dammit Maury with Dave Bautista. Dammit Maury, explain the significance of Dave Bautista touching you. What is going on here?
What?
Oh, okay. So the history of me talking to him on the show, it started years ago where I asked him to rub my belly for good luck.
Right.
And he did, and the movie did so well. So we did it again, and we did it again.
I gotcha. Okay, so here's Dammit Maury with the great Dave Bautista.
Dave Bautista, it's so good to see you again.
How are you?
You look amazing.
Thank you.
Real man can wear pearls. I love that. Right. So, by the way, best movie I've seen at the film festival.
Oh, thank you.
Absolutely incredible. Absolutely. Dave, so every time we've talked, and it's been many times over the years, every time we talk, you rub my belly for good luck. Because tell me, has it not worked?
It's always worked.
It's always worked.
You are the secret of my success.
The problem is you don't have a belly anymore. He's rubbing your kidneys.
Oh, damn. Weak-ass kidneys, too, dog.
You know what I mean?
You think Dave Bautista remembers you, too?
Yeah, Dave
Of course he
Bautista.
did.
Years in the past, you've rubbed my belly. How about now, giving the gallbladder a little love?
Yeah, just a little rubsy.
Was it a good movie, more? Oh, you didn't see it? Oh, wow. But it was your favorite movie, though.
At the festival.
I gotcha. Here's Dave Bautista talking about Pam Anderson and Jamie Lee Curtis.
What was it like to work with Jamie Lee Curtis and Pamela Anderson?
Working with, there were two completely different experiences. I think one, because I was just much more familiar with Jamie Lee's career, because there's just, kind of throughout the years, she's just done so much as she started younger. And I remember her watching her in the 70s in Halloween. So that's where kind of my journey with her started. So it was very surreal. It was very intimidating. She's just kind of a legacy in this business. She's like a Hollywood royalty. And so, but it was, she made me feel supported, and she made me feel wonderful. And with Pam, it was an experience. It was something I was witnessing because I only really knew her from Baywatch. And as I watched her perform, I realized that she is not that girl from Baywatch. She has so much more, and her willingness to be vulnerable is just, it's off the charts. And my respect for her just grew and grew and grew.
So Pam Anderson does have another movie lined up, a follow-up to this, I guess.
Okay.
Which is, did you know that they're rebooting the Naked Gun series
Yeah, we talked about that.
with Liam Neeson?
Yeah.
So Pamela Anderson's in that now.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
Oh, good for her.
Amazing.
I'm into that.
I'm totally into that. Dave Bautista, explain to me, Mocha, how Dave Bautista is not in the WWE Hall of Fame?
Well, I think he was supposed to.
Is it a snub or is it not a snub?
No, there was 1 year he was supposed to. That was the COVID year. And then when COVID happened and things started getting canceled, the Hall of Fame that year was canceled. But then I think once they brought it back, it was like they forgot about him.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah. Because wasn't that the year, Shem?
Yeah.
2020.
It was the pandemic that stopped it.
He was supposed to get the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And then they just, when the pandemic ended, they just moved on.
Oh.
Yeah, he was doing a film in South Africa, and he couldn't make it happen.
Oh, gotcha. Okay,
we're 4 years from that, though. Like, come on.
What do your fans have to do to get you into the WWE Hall of Fame?
Oh, no, it's just really just making time. I want to go. I've been asked to go, and I tried. It's just logistically it didn't work a couple years ago. So eventually it would happen. They don't have to do anything. I want to go. It just has to. It's a matter of time.
Mm-hmm.
But not this year.
But not
Not this year, sir.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Big as the Super Bowl, but the difference is it's just two guys playing that they did in the studio.
Big as the Super Bowl, but not for Drake at all. Kendrick Lamar has been announced as the Super Bowl halftime show in Feb, New Orleans. A lot of mixed.
That's an early announcement, is it not?
Oh yeah, very early.
Like there was not even the public didn't even get to do who do you think's going to do the Super Bowl? Like we didn't even get to do any of that.
Straight out the gate. Like we're not even a full week into the football season yet, and they've already announced that Kendrick Lamar will be performing halftime show, and a ton of mixed reviews. David Morey hit the streets before we get to what people in the streets are saying. A lot of heated debates yesterday online. Shem, what are your thoughts?
I don't know, man. Jay-Z's definitely behind this because it's Rock Nation and all that are behind the Super Bowl.
For anyone who doesn't know, Jay-Z is the one that curates the halftime show.
Yeah.
Right?
I think this is yet another shot at Drake. And this is just another layer to the elimination of Drake's sort of story that's been happening this year.
Roz?
I understand the sort of significance in one part of the world and popular culture of Kendrick Lamar. To me, in my world, he's completely insignificant. I couldn't name you one Kendrick Lamar song. I would say if somebody asked this question on Twitter because they were having the same conversation, where if somebody's entire discography were to disappear instantly, which would have a bigger impact on the culture at large? If it was Drake's discography or Kendrick Lamar's discography?
Oh, it'd be Drake.
Drake, 100%, right? Because he's in far more areas of the world, people sort of like, I know a Drake song. Yeah. I don't know a Kendrick Lamar song.
And I'd also say that Kendrick, huge.
I'm not saying that he's not worthy at all. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying he's not that guy for me.
I also don't think he gets this opportunity if not for the beef with Drake.
I agree.
Interesting.
Maria, are you interested at all in Kendrick Lamar? By comparison, let's look back. Last year was Usher. Year before that was Rihanna. This year is Kendrick.
No, I agree with both what Shem and Roz said. Like, to most people, Kendrick Lamar is no one.
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to play something for you, okay?
Yeah.
I put this together, and I tried to find the most commercially successful songs with Kendrick Lamar. And most of them are features.
Right.
Like, it's not his. There's I think two of them here are his song, or three of them are his songs.
Yeah.
Which maybe you guys will remember, but the rest are all features.
I hold them sentiments symbolic. I fight the world, I fight you, I fight myself, I fight God. Just tell me how many burdens left. No more, please stop. No more hashtag booed up screenshots. No more trying to make me jealous on your birthday. Do to me. Confrontation ain't nothing new to me. You could bring a bullet, bring a sword, bring a morgue, but you can't bring the truth. I can't take it back, look where I'm at. We was OG like DOC, remember that. Hey, I remember syrup sandwiches and crime allowances for nothing. They not like us, they not like us, they not like us.
Right,
well, I'll tell you, I understand that Jay-Z has his own agenda and everything else, but I think after the year we just had, and the year we're probably going to go into, to not load up Super Bowl with the hottest country artists in the world right now was a giant, colossal fumble.
Can I tell you what my lineup for Super Bowl would have been for halftime show?
Yeah.
It would have been Post Malone.
Yep.
Morgan Wallen, Jelly Roll, and Lainey Wilson. The four of them. I think the four of them would have crushed.
I also think he sounds the same in every song, and there's going to be no versatility in this performance.
Yeah, I would say that this, like, Jay-Z's a genius and everything, but this was a colossal fumble.
Real quick, let's go to the streets. Damn it, more hitting the streets to find out what y'all think.
Kendrick Lamar announced as the next Super Bowl halftime show. What are your thoughts on that?
I love it. I think Kendrick Lamar won the rap beef against Drake, so I think he deserves to be up there. He's a major superstar in the rap game. I like his music. The Super Bowl is mainly watched by Americans. Americans know who Kendrick Lamar is. It's not like we're watching, the final at the World Cup. Then you need, someone like Shakira or something. It's football.
people are going to listen to Kendrick Lamar.
Did you hear who the next year's Super Bowl halftime show is?
So, yeah, no, I heard that it's Kendrick Lamar going to be the main performer of the Super Bowl 2025, unfortunately. I was rooting for Lil Wayne, shout out Weezy, just being that it's his hometown in New Orleans. But Kendrick Lamar, it is what it is. They chose him. He's a good artist, but my best would have been Lil Wayne.
The next Super Bowl halftime show. Did you hear who it's going to be?
Yeah, it's going to be Kendrick Lamar. I'm really, really excited about it. His discography is amazing. I think it's a great choice just talent-wise, and I hope he puts on one hell of a show, mind my language. But yeah, Kendrick is a fantastic choice, and I can't wait to see more.
It's going to be in New Orleans. Should it not have been Lil Wayne?
Honestly, given that's his hometown, I do think it should have been Lil Wayne. But compared to Kendrick, it's not even a question. I mean, Kendrick is just the overall better performer, better singer, better lyricist.
No.
And honestly, this is just selfish, but I really hope he performs not like us in front of the world stage. I think that'd be awesome.
No.
Kendrick Lamar, halftime show, your thoughts?
I mean, I've only listened to a few songs. I wouldn't say I'm the biggest fan of his, but I'm sure he'll put on a good show.
Did you hear who the next Super Bowl halftime show is going to be?
No, I haven't.
Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, man, that will be a great concert for sure. People are going to be delighted for sure. I think he's somebody that everybody knows. He's a Grammy Award winner, has a lot of songs. Yeah, he's very good. I would love to go there myself.
Do you think he's going to bring out Drake?
No.
I don't think so, man. I don't think so. That's funny, man. I don't think so.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Tyreek Hill from the Miami Dolphins yesterday morning, he's on his way to the stadium and cops pull him over for some sort of traffic violation, and he's outside the car, face down on the pavement, knee on him, handcuffs, the whole thing. And then it all gets sorted, and he plays the game and winds up grabbing an 80-yard touchdown, which was incredible. So at 7:30 in the morning or whatever time it was, he is on the ground handcuffed. And then at 3, he catches 7 balls for 130 yards in the same day. And on that big touchdown, did you see a celebration where he put his hands behind his back and the other dude cuffed him?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Bro, so good. Here is Tyreek Hill.
I have no idea, for real. No idea, man. It's crazy. It wasn't disrespectful, because my mom didn't raise me that way. Didn't cuss. Didn't do none of that. So, like I said, I'm still trying to figure it out, man.
I guess the police officer was put on administrative leave. Were you aware of that?
Nah, I wasn't. That should tell you everything you need to know then. You feel me? It should tell you everything you need to know.
So still no word even from the police.
Well, I mean, they put the cop on administrative leave, so.
No, about exactly why he was pulled over.
Yeah, no, I only heard traffic violations.
That's all I heard as well.
But to go to those lengths?
Yeah.
For a traffic violation?
Put somebody on the ground in cuffs?
I think that's a little excessive.
Yeah. I mean, I'd put the guy on administrative leave. Fire him if necessary, right? If it turns out that it was all, that it was above and beyond, and I don't know.
Not necessary?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what happened. I don't know why. Did you see his car, though? How much do you think that was? What was that car worth?
$300,000.
What kind of car was it? Did you know?
Lambo?
Anybody know what kind of car he was driving?
No. Trying to find it, but I don't.
Looked like a hot car, though. Not that I would want to drive that thing.
They're announcing the
the teams. Oh, they already did that. Oh, the PWHL team names. The Women's Hockey League, the Pro Hockey League.
Scepters?
Toronto Scepters.
Scepters?
Yes.
What's this?
A scepter is the thing like a queen or a king holds.
Thank you.
That's a terrible name.
Scepters?
Terrible name. Do you have the list? Maury, can you give me that list? Or are you looking at other stuff? I gotta get all the names here.
PWHL.
Hold on here.
Toronto Scepters?
Yeah. Because remember they said we're ready to rule the rink, and everybody was like, oh, what's it going to be? What's it going to be? So it's the Toronto Scepters.
Okay.
Is what it is. That is officially the, it's a bad name. Listen, I'm okay. Ottawa Charge.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Right? Ottawa Charge.
That's all right.
We're okay with that.
Wagwan Charge.
Okay, hold on here. So you got the Ottawa Charge, the Toronto Scepters. And I don't know what any of the
Boston
names are.
Fleet?
Boston Fleet.
Okay.
I see.
All right.
Okay.
I like that.
Yeah, we're on
Fleet.
I don't know. These names are
Yeah.
What else?
Minnesota Frost, is that right?
Minnesota Frost.
Okay.
New York Sirens, is that right?
Yeah,
And
I'm
Montreal.
okay with that.
The Montreal what?
Victoire?
Victoire. What? Excuse me?
Like the victories? Is that what they're trying to say? Victoire?
Victoire?
Victoire, I'm pretty sure is victory.
Oh, no. Come on.
At least
Okay,
I
what
remember my
else?
French is really bad. One or the other.
What
else?
The other one? Okay, yeah.
So the septums? Septors?
No, not septum.
Oh,
Hey, yo.
Oh, that's the
Come on
next
now.
team.
The New York.
No, your
did you say
septum's
the
in
New
your
York-
nose.
Yeah, your septum's in your nose, not your
The
butt.
New York
Mocha.
Sirens?
Did you think it was in your butt?
Okay, well, the two of you need a biology lesson.
That's a sphincter.
Oh my God.
Oh, thank God it wasn't in front of sprinters.
Did you think that you thought Maria said septum and you thought it was something in the butt, right?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
septum.
Yeah, because they got a mind of a 5-year-old. What do you think?
No, because rectum, septum.
Yeah.
Septum rectum.
Yeah, they totally are the same thing.
Hold on. So
It's
did
Montreal
you-
Echo.
Montreal Echo.
Oh, I like that. I like
Minnesota
the echo.
Superior, Ottawa Alert.
No, that's not
What are
true
you
at all.
talking about?
That's not.
We
That's
just
not
read
them at all.
Yo, Chargy, we just read all the names.
Yeah, that's not it
What
at
are
all.
you reading?
I'm looking at from the hockey news. It came out 2 minutes ago.
No, it's the Ottawa Charge. This is from the PWHL. Am I wrong about this? Am I wrong?
What's your list, Maury?
Oh no, but it says Ottawa Charge, but then in the link, Ottawa Charge, Toronto Scepters,
Yeah.
Ottawa Charge. Oh, maybe it is Charge.
New York Sirens,
Boston Fleet.
yeah, Minnesota Frost.
So
Minnesota
how is it-
Frost.
so how is it different
New York
from what Roz
Sirens.
read?
No, it says Montreal Victoire.
That's what I said.
Yeah,
Where are you? I'm not seeing any of this.
Victoire. Ottawa Charge. Right. Yeah, and the Toronto Scepters. Anyway, we spent way too much time talking about this. But we did learn something. What did we learn, Mocha?
Your
the septum is not
in your butt.
Thank you.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Big Apple event yesterday.
Yes.
For anyone looking at the new AirPods Max, the headphones, there's no difference in the tech except for the fact that they now come in more colors and they're finally, I don't know why they didn't put a USB-C charger in them in the first place, but they now have a USB-C charger.
Are we kidding?
Look at Maria,
Yes.
because you
No.
just got yours, right?
No, I got mine about a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
But we were having this conversation the other day because I was looking for a proper charger for these ones. But everything else I have is USB-C.
Yes.
Except my headphones.
Yes.
Are we kidding?
Yes.
Also, what other colors? Let me know.
Lots
there's
of
tons.
colors. Lots. Did you see the pink iPhone? Yeah, it looks dope.
Are they
yeah,
red?
I might get the pink iPhone. I don't know. I only look for pink.
Oh.
No, there's no red.
There's no red? Really, huh?
I
No, no,
honestly
no.
was debating on getting the blue ones because blue is one of my favorite
And
colors.
I think what everybody's freaking out, aside from all the AI stuff, which I dislike, so I will probably not set that up the same way that I've not set Siri up on my phone.
Yeah.
I guess the big thing is the camera button. So there's a new camera button,
Game changing.
which allows you to touch the button and then your camera pops up. But you can also roll your finger back and forth on it to zoom in and out.
Yeah,
like you
it's
don't
crazy.
have to actually touch your screen anymore to zoom. You can just roll your finger across the button.
I already got the phone. I got a watch, plus my Apple Care in my bag
What do you do with your old
in
phones?
my cart. The old one I traded in. I'm gonna get like $900 for it.
What do you? When do they come out?
Pre-order starts Friday.
Right.
And the actual
Are you going to get screwed? Are you going to get
devices-
screwed again? Because remember last time you did
It
the whole
happened.
pre-order thing online, everything
It's a
else.
routine now, I
and then,
expect it.
and then I just went to the store and got one.
Yeah.
Before you.
And I always get the phone case before I get the actual
That's
phone.
right. That's right. You
Like
get a box.
weeks.
That's right.
I should have
You were
waited.
so excited, and you went
So
home,
it's
and the
either-
box was there, and you open it up, and it was the case.
Yeah.
That's so great.
So it's either I just go ahead with my pre-order because everything's in the cart ready to go for Friday.
Yeah.
So it's either that and like wait.
Yeah.
Or I wait until the 20th and take my chances and going to an actual Apple store.
Right.
Can I ask a
I
question?
would go into an Apple store. Yeah.
Everyone's excited about the colors and stuff, but doesn't your case cover up what color you get?
Yeah, but people.
no, not if you get a clear case.
Yeah,
I know a few psychos that don't use a case.
Yeah, my sister is one of them.
Yeah, I know. Like I know plenty of
That's
people
warrant
that don't use a case.
To get kicked out of
I
the
think
family,
that's like a young person thing.
They're all older.
Oh,
Why
see,
would you not have
everyone
a
that's
case
like
on your
my
phone, though?
sister's age, like 2000 and younger, none
Yeah.
of them, and one of my friends, they don't use phone cases.
Why?
And it stresses me out.
Yes.
They just don't do it.
My
Yeah.
friend Ali, who works for Apple, doesn't have a phone case.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a buddy who doesn't use a phone case because he's like, then it doesn't feel like an Apple phone. He's like, it doesn't feel like
No,
a,
I
like
can't.
an iPhone.
Even thinking about taking my phone out of the case right now,
Yeah.
I'm like getting anxiety.
Really, huh?
Yeah.
Mine would be broken in
Anyway,
2
so
seconds.
they go on sale
look
again.
Look at all the dings like on my actual case.
Yeah, I
like
know,
they're
me
already
too. I
busted
know.
up already.
They go on sale again when, Mocha?
Pre-order starts Friday. actual in-store on the 20th.
There you go.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
The nominations came out for the Country Music Awards yesterday, and Beyonce was shut out. So no nominations for Beyonce, but she really only had one song on that album, right?
Yeah.
Well, the whole album was amazing.
The album was great. It fumbled because the timing, I think, was she fell out of or pulled back from the spotlight once the whole Diddy situation happened, because then Jay-Z and Beyonce's name kept popping up.
You think that had something to do with this?
I think so.
I don't.
No, I don't think so.
I think so.
I don't. I think that
she had like 3, I think, in my opinion, listening to the album a bunch of times, she had 3 banger songs on that album that would have done extremely well had it been pushed.
I think you can pressure people into playing it on the radio, right? Country music, right? Because
Sure.
they did. There was a campaign, a lot of fans, a lot of everything else. And I'm not saying it wasn't warranted, but there was pressure applied. But when it comes to nominations, that whole process, except for the sort of body of the Country Music Awards, is anonymous. And I think that people truly felt that the Beyonce album should not have been considered country. I think that it was country themed as opposed to country music.
That's an interesting way of saying it.
Because by comparison, when you listen to her album versus Post Malone, like Post Malone is straight up a country album.
Right. Yeah.
What were you going to say, Maria?
No, honestly, Roz took the words out of my mouth. Yeah,
I think.
true.
Yeah, I think
It's
it was
not
country themed as opposed to country
Yeah,
music.
I agree.
And I think that that's the sort of general sort of consensus. But radio plays it because you got to play Beyonce. Who's not going to play Beyonce, right? She's a massive star.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Toronto National Film Festival last night. Maria on the red carpet for Megalopolis.
Is this the one he paid out of his own pocket?
Yeah. So, Megalopolis, Francis Ford Coppola started working on this right after Apocalypse Now. So, like 40 years ago or something.
Like 4 decades.
That. Yeah.
He's only making it now?
Yeah. Giancarlo Esposito, first out of the Cars.
Yo, he's like one of my favorites,
So it's weird
man. I
because
love that
Francis
guy.
Ford Coppola said that he hired like a bunch of people who had been canceled too. Like he wanted a real mixed cast, and like Shia LaBeouf was in the movie. Like he had a whole thing going on with this movie. Here's Giancarlo Esposito.
Giancarlo Esposito, the uproar when you came out of that car. How does it feel to be at TIFF here?
I love being at TIFF. You know, the fans here in Toronto are so lovely, so warmly welcoming. You know, we have a great film that we're showing tonight that has a message of hope. It's intricate. It's a statement on our society. But more than anything, it's great to be here at TIFF. Yeah, baby.
Oh, the fans love that guy.
And yeah, Francis Ford Coppola was there, who was very generous with his time, but then it does make sense when you realize that he paid $120 million for this movie out of his own pocket.
Wow.
What was it like working with such a star-studded cast like Adam Driver and all the amazing, incredible people you have?
They were my collaborators. They did more than act in the film. They helped make it. And they were full of great ideas, and I'm very proud of them.
Wow, 120 mil.
120. It's all that wine money, right? The Coppola wines.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. He's like selling estates. That's a lot of bottles of rosé.
I have 3 at home.
Natalie Emanuel on the film as well.
What does it feel like to finally be able to premiere this movie?
Oh, it's so exciting. I think when you think about how much time and effort has been poured into this film, and so much talent and creativity, and it's just a really fulfilling moment, satisfying moment, and I really hope people watch this movie and it makes them ask questions and they feel optimistic and hopeful and think, how can I make a difference?
Nice. That opens September 27th. That was the movie that, if you remember when it first came out and they first started screening it, people were like, it's like insane, but they were like,
in a good way?
Just in a wild way. Like it's so over the top, but they were like, how do you sell this movie? Because they didn't have a distributor at the time, right? And they were like, he's put $120 million of his own money into this, but like, what do you do with it? That was the sort of general consensus was like, it's like epic and it's large and there's a massive cast and it's Francis Ford Coppola, but they were like, what do you do with this?
So is it an independent or a major picked it up?
I don't know if they
to be bought.
Is it? So it hasn't been. It hasn't been
it's here
sold.
Still, even with that
Really?
cast.
I mean, it opens on September 27th, so obviously somebody's signed on to distribute the film. But yeah, so it's a real wild story for this one. That's a lot of money of your own money to put into it. Holy moly! But apparently, he doesn't care. If you ask him like about spending his own money, he does not. He has more. $120 million is like psh, whatever. Like he has so much wine money.
Must be nice.
Much wine money.
Must be nice.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
The Donald Trump Kamala Harris debate is happening tonight. If anybody's interested in that, 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock
9.
p.m.
I know, 9 o'clock.
Yeah, I'll watch the highlights.
Since the last debate in June, Biden is no longer running. Trump survived a assassination attempt. A lot has gone on.
Yeah.
A lot has gone on.
It'll be good tonight. I can't wait.
Yeah.
And watch the highlights
There's
tomorrow.
rules too, so they're
Oh, boy.
gonna do the same thing they did with the last debate, which is they're gonna cut the mics when they're not talking, so you can't yell over at the other person.
Oh,
right?
no. Let them do it.
Yeah. So they're
That's how you self-sabotage.
Yeah, it
That's
actually
not a debate.
It
You have to
actually
talk.
it actually I think helps Trump with that because she's not going to be able to call out his lies like in real time. She's going to have to use her talking time if she wants to call out a lie. Same with him, I guess, right? He's not. Yeah,
No, leave the mics
I
on.
know.
Come on now.
And she wanted notes, and he said no notes, and they said no notes, and she had a weird one. She wanted to sit. I thought that was a weird
To sit
ask.
during a debate?
She wanted to sit because I guess during when she did her last debate against Pence, when they were both running as vice president, they sat at tables. It was weird. It looked like a meeting. Like they were both. It was odd.
You gotta stand.
Yeah.
I feel like it also provides energy when you're standing, like that
Yeah.
emphasis on your points, right?
Yeah.
You know what they
Sitting
should do?
weird.
They should let them walk around like this.
Yeah, well,
Like when they're
do
talking to
you
each other.
remember when Trump did that to Hillary?
Yes.
She was talking and he just went for a stroll?
Yeah, I think he had to pee, and he was trying to hold
You're
it in.
probably right.
I bet you he was just trying to hold in his pee.
Yeah, either that or he had a poop,
Yeah, one of the two.
right?
Yeah,
He
they should just let them walk around.
He made a mess and he had to like shift, right? That could have happened. I don't know. He's an old man.
Oh, God.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
James Earl Jones passed away. Sadly, the iconic James Earl Jones, 93 years old. Darth
You must have hidden
Vader.
the plans in the escape pod. Send a detachment down to retrieve them. See to it personally, Commander. There'll be no one to stop us this time. Yes, sir.
Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father.
Spoiler alert, everyone.
He told me you killed him. No. I am your father.
Spoiler alert.
Mufasa and the Lion King. He's the voice of CNN. This is CNN. He was that guy coming to America.
How old is he? 90 what?
93. That's
What
a
a
good
life.
life, though, right? It's a good life. He got pissed off at me one time. Oh my God! I felt
Why?
so
what did you do?
bad.
What did you do to piss off Darth Vader?
We were talking. I was interviewing him, and we were talking about like cool shows and everything else. And I think it might have been Game of Thrones. I'm not 100% sure, but there was like some big hot show on television at the time.
Yeah.
And I mentioned something to him, and it spoiled it.
Oh,
Because
no.
he wasn't as far as I was.
You can't do that to Mufasa.
And his enthusiasm leading up to that moment about the show was so incredible. Like he was really coming out of his shell, right?
Yeah.
Like really being enthusiastic about something and asking me questions. We were real getting into it. And then I said something and he was like, "What?" And I was like, "Oh no."
Yeah.
And I spoiled it for him. Yeah.
Yeah, you wonder, like you are the spoiler king.
I know. And
Rightfully so.
listen, I don't feel bad or anything, but like,
You should know. R.I.P. to the legend, James Earl Jones.
There's a great time when Dammit Morey was sitting down with James Earl Jones because Dammit Morey always used to do the "How are you?" right?
Yeah.
And James Earl Jones just has that voice.
James Earl Jones, how are you?
Damn it.
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 James Earl Jones, how are you?
Damn it. I like to cuss.
That's a cuss to James Earl Jones. What a sweet man, huh?
Legend.
God, legend, man.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Toronto International Film Festival still rolling on. Paul Rudd the other night on the red carpet for his new movie, Friendship. Do you know who Tim Robinson is? You would know him to see him. He's like, you'll see him, like there's a lot of clips online about him. Comedy actor. He's done a lot of stuff, but I think he did a show called I Think You Should Leave, if anybody's seen that show. He's really funny. So
Oh, this guy.
Yeah,
Wait, is he
yeah,
on
yeah.
SNL?
I think so. I think he was
Or he
for a while.
was
He
on
was on
SNL?
SNL. Yeah.
Okay.
So he plays like a suburban dad who's going through it with his wife. Like they're just not in a real great place and he's looking for changes in his life. And then like a real cool, like suave weatherman moves in across the street and it's Paul Rudd with a mustache, right? And then he spends the entire movie just like trying to become Paul Rudd's best friend, right? Okay. So here is Paul Rudd.
So good to see you again, my friend. How are you? Good to see you. Amazing movie. Absolutely loved it. My favorite at the festival. So good.
Oh, you saw it?
Pause.
Oh, good.
Had anybody in the world at this point seen this movie?
No.
No.
Oh,
cool.
What would you
It was
have
a
done
world premiere.
if Paul Rudd said to you, what was your favorite part of the movie?
You know, the part where you're trying to be friends with the
Yeah,
neighbor.
he's not gonna. He's not gonna. I don't even think Paul Rudd's seen it.
Oh, damn.
So good.
Oh, you saw it?
That's why he's so surprised.
Oh!
He's like, I haven't even seen it. It just got edited on the weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
So in this, it's about getting to become friends with. You really want to be friends with your neighbor. Do you have a neighbor in real life you really want to be friends with, and it's just maybe not working out?
Yeah, there are people you kind of like want to be really good friends with, and you kind of work maybe a little too hard to nurture that relationship, that friendship. I think I've been guilty of that. And then I second guess every move I make, and then I go, why did I say that? And you know, I relate to that a little bit too much. I do know what that's like. As far as my neighbors, like my actual neighbors, kind of gotten to know them. They seem pretty nice, but yeah, we're in a day and an age where people just don't really want to get to know their neighbors so much.
He very much in real life seems like the guy from I Love You, Man.
Oh, big time.
Right? Like out of all the Paul Rudd characters, because they're all still very much Paul Rudd, but in real life, when you hear him talk, he's, to me...
He's still that guy?
He's very much the guy from I Love You, Man.
Yeah, great movie.
Right? Oh, so good.
Yeah.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
So the Rachel Ray Gun drama has taken its biggest turn yet. This was the
Ray Gun.
Australian breakdancer from the Olympics.
Let me play my stomping music.
I'll wait.
Okay, go ahead.
So the world rankings for the best breakdancers in the world were just released. And although Reagan at the Olympics failed to earn a single point, she did capture the 1,000 points to qualify for the Olympics when she won the Oceania Championships before the Olympics. So because of those points she's claiming, she is now ranked number 1 in the world.
Oh, stop
No
it.
way.
There's no
She
way.
is the number 1 ranked female breakdancer in the world.
Even the worst breakdancer that I've seen at those Red Bull breakdancing championships is better than Ray Gun.
You go to breakdancing championships?
No, I see, like I watch
Online.
online. and stuff, yeah.
Watch them all the time.
Okay.
Yo, ESPN shows them, Maria. Little clown.
Also, the 3 women who won gold, silver, and bronze at the Olympics are not on the list.
What the hell?
Wait, like not even top 5?
Not even top 5.
But is there like a scoring thing? Like, is there a
Yeah,
reason
you
why
get,
this
you get points for like
per tournament?
competition and tournament and qualification, and it's all points based on your ranking. And yes, Reagan is apparently the number 1 ranked female breakdancer.
Yo,
in
she
the
kangaroo hopped
world.
across the stage. Yo, cheesecake, settle, bro.
We celebrate wins in this
No,
show.
we do not. No, we don't.
no,
No,
okay.
not anymore, Shem.
Oh, okay.
Well, you guys were talking about how you felt bad for her a couple weeks ago.
I never once said that. Never once have I said that.
You guys were
Never-
saying
never
that she went
once.
out there and did her
Nope.
best.
No, I didn't. I
Who
said
said
she
that?
was a hustler. I said that she knew that she was not qualified, and the Olympics, which should not be all about you, was all about her, and she went out there and embarrassed herself.
And
Quote,
now it's not going to
unquote.
be in any Olympics ever again.
Now I feel terrible because I was apparently wrong, because what I see is not accurate. She is, in fact, the number 1 female breakdancer in the
go.
world. Right?
There we go.
There
So
we
that
go.
I will applaud. You did it. You climbed the mountain, girl. Right?
She hustled.
So what's next for her?
Yeah, who knows?
Just watch the endorsement deals start rolling in. Right?
No, so stupid.
Oh, isn't she going on a cruise?
I don't know.
Vegas-
Boy
Vegas
George,
residence.
that's
Yeah,
right,
she's got the
that's
cruise
right,
coming
that's
up.
right.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Selena Gomez opening up to Vanity Fair that she actually because of her health issues that she's had over the years, that she is not medically able to carry children. And that was something that she said that she's had to grieve for a while now. But thankfully, there are a lot of women in the world who are willing to be surrogates, and there's adoption always the answer. So she is optimistic about her future. But a pretty big revelation from Selena Gomez. She was in Toronto, was it last night?
That's right.
For her new film called Emilia Perez. This is the first time she's ever acted in a Spanish-speaking film. Selena plays a character named Jessie, who happens to be the wife of a drug cartel leader. Here is Dammit Maury with Selena Gomez.
Selena Gomez, it is so... Well, I'm sweating too. We're all sweating.
Yes.
Oh, no. Bro, as soon as she sees you, she comments on the fact that you're a sweaty mess. That's amazing.
Selena Gomez, it is so... Well, I'm sweating too. We're all sweating.
Yes.
Yeah, you're sweaty, gross fool.
Do you need a moment? Okay, very good. One of my favorite films at the festival. Congratulations.
So much. It's so sweet.
There's so much buzz, awards
Selena
buzz around this
Gomez.
film. Congratulations.
Damn, man.
But everything that you do, you're busy with TV, movies, music. What do you do to keep yourself grounded and do some sort of sense of normalcy?
I think personally, it has to do with it has to do with the people I surround myself with. Like, I'm nervous and my stomach is turning right now, but knowing Carla's next to me and Zoe are here, I think that's so important. Just keeping people that are around you that build you up and keep you in check.
No, I like her.
So great. Why you gotta lie to Selena Gomez? That breaks my heart when you lie to Selena Gomez.
But if it makes
that,
you,
man.
if that makes them feel good,
You didn't look good though. She commented
No,
on the
she
fact
said
that
she
you
was
No,
sweating.
she said she was
sweating.
And then Maury tried to be relatable, being like, I'm a sweaty mess too.
Yeah.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
The police body cam footage of the Tariq Hill traffic stop was released. And I don't know, man. Shem,
What?
have you seen the video?
I haven't watched
You
it.
haven't seen the video? Did you see the video, Shem?
Is it bad?
Yeah. Well, it's like... I think that, like, maybe I'm watching it differently, but to me, I'm like, this whole thing was a mess, and I'm giving it 50-50 at this point. The cops were douchebags, and they way overreacted, but he is also kind of being a douche, even though he got pulled over, and then he rolled his window up, right? Didn't stop the car, rolled his window up. They became way over the top and started banging on the guy's window. Like, to me, the whole thing, everybody was a mess in this whole situation.
I think where he went wrong was the rolling up the window, but I think after that, they just escalated a situation that didn't need to be
Way
escalated,
too
right?
soon. Yeah, but what are you going to do when somebody rolls up the window, though? When you're a hot-headed a-hole cop.
Sure, but I'm saying after the fact, right? Like, after
Oh,
that,
yeah.
after he's out, then it just spiraled, and it didn't need to go that way.
And you can't hear it in this clip, but apparently they knew he was Tyreek Hill.
100%.
Right? And to me, I'm like, I listen, you don't have to let famous guys off, and the law applies to everyone, right?
Sure.
But I think when you know who it is, you don't need to have the attitude of, I don't know what's going on behind that glass.
Totally.
Obviously, you know what's going on behind that glass, which is a star football player is pissed off because he may be late to the game. That's what's going on the other side of that glass.
It was a power trip.
Right? It was a power trip, but he was like, when you listen to this clip, he's like, just give me the ticket, just give me the ticket, just give me the ticket. Like, he's kind of being a douche too.
So they were
right?
pissed at the fact that he was just
like
kind of brushing them off. Like, I know something's
but I
going on
understand
here.
why he's brushing him off. He needs to get to his locker room to play a game.
I know, but
Like,
apparently he was also doing 100 in a 40.
Oh, I didn't know that part.
Right?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I can understand why.
Anyway, here's the body cam footage.
Hey, don't knock on my window like that, man. Don't knock on
Why don't you have your seatbelt on?
Don't knock on my window.
Why don't you have your seatbelt on?
Don't knock on my window like that, no.
Like what?
Don't knock on my window like that.
Why you have it up?
Don't knock on my window like that.
Why you have it up? I have to knock to let you know I'm here. That way you can lower it and talk to you.
Just get my ticket, bro, so I can go. I'm finna be late, gang. Do what you gotta do.
Keep it down.
And
Hey.
he does the window up.
Keep your window down. Hey. Keep your window down.
Don't tell me what.
Keep your window down. I'm gonna get you out of the car. As a matter of fact, get out of the car.
Give me your ass.
Get out of the car.
Give me your ass. I'm gonna break that window.
Get out of the car.
I'm finna get out.
Get out of the car right now. We're not playing this game. Get out.
Get out. Get out.
Okay.
Right? The whole thing's messy.
Listen, my heart's racing right now because I'm putting myself in this guy's shoes. Tyreek Hill?
Yeah.
I'm fully on his side with this.
You are?
Yeah.
Even with the doing up the
No.
window?
Yeah, I'm
Really?
fully on his side with this.
Nah.
I think you're wrong here. I think the way he was disrespectful to the cop. Do I think that they should have attacked him the minute he got out of the car? No, they could have had a conversation at that point or called like PR someone.
Yeah, I just
but to
don't
be
know
as rude to the cop when he's just like, "Hey, why don't you have your seatbelt on?" Then roll up the window. That's disrespectful.
But I think they got their feelings hurt and felt like all of a sudden, who are you to talk to me this way, right? And then decided to make an example out of him a little bit and be like, I don't care that you're a football star. I'm going to go ahead and show you that you're not above the law. And I'm gonna.
You know what?
Football star or not, though, I don't think they should have tackled him to the
It's just the doing
ground.
up the window.
Maybe it's the
right?
hothead in me. I think that's what it is.
It's just the do. Would you do up your window?
No, you wouldn't. Don't even pretend that you
There's
would.
no way you would.
I had to do my window down for a cop just the other day, last week.
Yeah, and did you keep it down?
Yeah, and I called him sir.
Yeah.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
950 Canadian was trending all day yesterday.
950?
950 Canadian. That is because Sony announced the PS5 Pro yesterday, which is 950 Canadian. Now, the beefed up version of the PS5 includes a larger GPU and advanced ray tracing support. I don't know what any of that means. But the problem and why 950 Canadian was trending is that the new almost $1,000 PS5 Pro doesn't come with a drive.
No.
So you can't play any of your old games if you have the discs.
Yeah.
You have to buy a drive separately, and that drive is $110.
Come on, guys.
So $950 Canadian for the new PS5, no drive.
I ain't doing it.
$110
I'm not
if you
doing
want
it.
it.
I'm not doing it.
You're not going for it?
Nah.
No.
I'll wait till they drop the price and see it at Costco or something.
Yeah. That launches on November 17th. Pre-orders start on September 26th if you're interested in that. That seems, that's pricey to me, though, $950.
Yeah,
It is, right?
It is,
Yeah. Okay, cool. I'm not crazy,
Especially when
right?
games, like some of the games are, $80, $90.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like I'm still waiting for my WrestleMania game or my WWE game to go on sale.
Yeah.
Right? It's like $150.
Right. That's a lot of
for
money.
the WrestleMania edition.
Yeah. Roxy bought some $30 game the other day on PS5 that she downloaded.
What
I don't
game
know
was
what
it?
I don't
Do
know
you
what it's called. It's like I don't know, Dave the Diver or something like that.
Okay.
It's like a fat guy in a wetsuit and he runs a sushi bar and it's like an 8-bit game and half the game is you got to cook sushi for angry customers. And then the other half of the game you got to dive into the ocean and harpoon fish. But then you can also find a gun where you can shoot fish. And then you get a knife where you can shank fish. And then one of your, I don't know where they made the game, where this game originated.
Yeah.
But like in one part of the game, you got to dive into the ocean and knife fight and kill a shark. And then cut the shark up and bring it back up to the cook so he can serve shark.
Oh, wow.
Like shark fins
Listen,
and
you want-
stuff like that.
you want sushi? You want sushi.
Right? I know, that's what
What
I'm
are we doing
saying.
here?
And the guy was so excited too when she brought back the shark.
What's it called? Fat Dave?
I think it's called Fat. No, Dave the Diver.
Oh,
I think
Dave.
is what it's called. Yeah. Anyway, I could walk in the living room. She's knife fighting fish. And I'm like, what is even going on?
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Piece by Piece, which is the new film about the life of Pharrell Williams, and it's told through Lego. Is that the deal, Maury, with this?
Yeah, the whole thing's Lego, yeah.
Like he's Lego and everybody's Lego.
everyone's Lego.
It's basically
And
a Lego movie.
It's his whole story told through Lego. That's incredible. Here is Damn It Maury with Pharrell Williams.
Pharrell Williams, it is I'm a huge fan. Nice to see you.
Thank you.
The buzz around this is incredible.
Thank
One
you
of the
so
best movies I've seen at the festival. Congratulations.
Whoa.
When you pitched this movie, it seems like Lego is such a comforting thing. Was that your in with pitching this? Like what was the pitch meeting like for you?
Honestly, this movie is the sum of a lot of yeses. And that doesn't come easy to people who look like me. And so I'd like to give a lot of acknowledgement and reverence to that fact that this movie was the sum of a lot of yeses. I wanted Morgan Neville because he was a master storyteller, but I wanted to do it in Lego. Morgan said yes.
Awesome.
Morgan and I went to go sit down with Lego. Lego said yes. Morgan and I and Lego sat down with Focus Pictures. Focus Pictures said yes. Then we went to Universal. Donna Langley over at Universal said yes. And when you add all those yeses up for a black man that comes from a marginalized community, what that is impossible. We're doing the impossible. I'm standing here doing the impossible.
Why now? Why was now the right time?
Because now is better than never.
Yo, facts. I love it. I can't wait for that movie.
Does he do new music for him?
Yeah, there's a new song called "Piece by Piece" that's in the movie and on the soundtrack.
I started a long time ago. I would write my own chronicle. Sit around, that ain't me. No one's following a lead. Let me build what I see. You know it starts with a piece. Give it time, let it breathe instead of suffocating crazy dreams.
Thoughts?
That's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pharrell, when you hear Pharrell, it takes you to a time, though, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Totally.
Right?
It makes sense for the project.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess you're right. Megalopolis, that Francis Ford Coppola movie, after its screening in Toronto the other night, a couple of the insiders who were inside the theater, slight applause, no standing ovation.
Oh. Only slight.
This is weird, and I need to know how they do this. So I guess during the film screening, they did this in Cannes as well. An actor appeared on the stage under the screen and started talking to Adam Driver, who was in the movie on screen.
What?
So I guess an actor showed up on the stage at one point during the screening.
Like this is all part of it?
Yeah, and started talking to the character, and then I guess he responds or something. I don't know.
As if the person was like in the movie or part of the scene?
I don't know. All I know is that's something that happened. One of the reactions was that the movie is beautifully done, but they call it the most disjointed and unbelievably mad thing they've ever seen. Like Coppola was on a massive LSD trip. They say Jon Voight, Giancarlo Esposito, and Dustin Hoffman were great, but they said at one point in the movie, Jon Voight's character asked his wife if she likes his boner. Coppola himself, as we know, put $120 million of his own money into this, and after the film festival run, he couldn't sell it. So he partnered with Lionsgate, and I guess he's just hoping for the best at this point. Damn. But he couldn't sell the movies, so now he's on the hook for the whole bag. That's a lot, man. That's crazy.
You think he's going to break even on this one?
No.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
God, no.
I don't think so.
Oh, my God, no. There's no chance.
So is this movie then, what other festivals are there?
That's it. Comes out in a couple weeks, 2 weeks from now.
So there's other screening?
No. This is it, and you just hope for the best at this point. I think that from everything that I've read, and maybe I'm crazy, but I think if this thing passes 10 mil in opening weekend, it's a miracle.
Really?
Like a miracle.
10?
Yeah. I don't know what people are projecting it to do, but from everything I've read and the cast and the sort of buzz that it's getting, people
cast.
like weird, but they like weird on Netflix.
Sure.
Right? People will sit and watch weird on Netflix.
Because
They
you can
watch
pause weird, you can walk away from weird, right? You can continue weird later.
Yes.
Another day.
And weird isn't a night out.
Uh-huh.
Right?
Yeah, an expensive night
Weird is like 2:00 on a Saturday afternoon when you're not feeling great.
Sure.
Right? That's when you do weird.
Yeah.
On the couch.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Damn, Maury, you still got everything on you? No pickpockets at the film festival? Cops are warning about that right now.
No, but I always walk with my wallet in my front pocket, my hands in my pocket.
Right. Okay.
Because everywhere I go, I fear someone's going to steal my money.
So, Toronto police say they've seen an increase in thefts happening in around where the film festivals happen, like down in the entertainment district. They say suspects are targeting people in and around festivals, the big crowds, the lines, all of that stuff. They say you always need to be aware and keep an eye on all your things. And if you have been the victim of pickpocket theft, you can go ahead and report it to the Toronto police on their website.
And then what, though?
And then, I don't know. I don't know what happens. I don't know. I don't know what they do. They don't certainly are not going after a pickpocket.
No.
Right?
I mean, and then you have in your wallet, you have your Optimum card. They'll steal all your Optimum points.
Yes. That's the first thing I would worry about is my Optimum points. I don't have any Optimum points.
I'd be more worried about my Aeroplan points.
Aeroplan points, yeah.
Actually, if they use it, then I would get more Aeroplan points. So you know what?
That's true.
Oh my
Rack
God.
it up.
My petrol points.
Petrol point. How many point systems are you guys all part of?
Yo,
Okay, hold on. Pause for 1 second. How many point systems are you part of, Mocha?
Like a lot.
Like, what do you mean a lot? Like, what's a lot?
So I get like points through Visa, like flight point, airplane. I get grocery points for President's Choice.
Grocery points? Well, you have like a card that you tap and stuff?
I got Optimum points. I got points at Esso. I got petrol points.
Really?
Well, actually, no, sorry. I think my Optimum goes through Esso now. Anyway.
That's crazy.
Well, I got points with Sport Check, my Triangle points.
Sport Check points?
Yeah, Sport Check and Canadian Tire, my Triangle points. I got points with Best Buy. I got points with Lululemon.
Where do you keep all those cards?
A digital wallet, bro.
Oh, what's a digital wallet? What does that mean, a digital wallet?
All on my phone.
What do you mean a digital wallet? What does that even mean?
My wallet on my phone.
Like you got all those cards on your phone?
Yes.
Like you scan them?
Yes.
Damn.
I have the physical ones.
Just self-snitch.
I don't
Oh, I got my Foot Locker Flex reward.
Foot Locker points.
Yeah.
Frequent Steeper from David's Tea.
Frequent Steeper. Don't you follow him on OnlyFans?
Don't answer that. Don't answer that.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Denzel Washington walking the red carpet last night at the Toronto Film Festival. The movie's The Piano Lesson.
Yeah.
And his son directed it. His youngest son, Malcolm Washington, is 33, directed it. It's going to be on Netflix. It's an adaptation of the August Wilson play. Isn't that the Jada Pinkett Smith side ting? August Wilson?
August
No,
Alsina.
that's
August Alsina. Oh, my bad. Sorry, bro.
Entanglement.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
The whole family's involved in this.
Yeah, I know. John David Washington, his sister, Katya, was one of the producers alongside Denzel. It was like the whole Washington clan just put this movie together. Yeah.
I love it.
Here's Denzel.
Denzel, you've done so many different projects, but working with family must be incredibly special to you.
Yes, it was delightful and easy. I didn't have to do much, but stay out of the way, really. I mean, Malcolm knew what he was doing, and it was his show. I was, in fact, while we were filming, I left after 2 weeks. I went home. I was like, nothing for me to do here. I didn't want to be in the way.
The buzz around this is unbelievable. Everyone is talking about how special this is.
I'm proud to be a part of August Wilson in some small way. I'm happy. Well, I'm happy that people will get a chance to see what a filmmaker that Malcolm is, and I'm excited about our future together with August Wilson.
That's kind of cool, man. I like that they all did that together. That'd be a lot of fun, I think.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Dax Shepard on with Drew Barrymore yesterday, setting the record straight that he and Kristen Bell are not swingers.
But I'm sure there's a whole life you have that no one is privy to, of course.
Yes.
One must...
There's rumors.
Is there? Is there
Yes,
good rumors?
There was the most exciting tabloid story that we were...
Give it to me now!
We were Hollywood swingers.
Oh!
Yeah. And we hosted swing parties. This was this was in the tabloids.
No!
And my favorite part of that happening was we got a lot of texts from other friends of ours saying, how could you not have invited me to the swinger party? Yeah.
And then how did you...
I mean, they were teasing, of course, because they know us and they know we're not hosting swinger parties. But I just thought that was to receive, like a text from Kimmel saying my feelings are quite hurt that Molly and I weren't invited to this swingers party was very funny.
Is there anyone that you two do fantasize about getting in bed with? Any person
Look, there's a lot
in
of hot
particular?
couples out there, but no, we haven't. We have not crossed that divide with anyone.
Yo, that man's lying. They swing.
You think so?
Yeah.
I used to work coat check at a swingers party.
You did?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean?
I'm
Like
not
at
even
a
shocked.
at a bar?
I
No,
didn't participate, Marie. I just did coat check.
I'm just not shocked that you were in the coat check either. Like, I'm just not shocked anymore.
Listen, if you were, listen, I'm not even going to get into it.
They swing, by the way.
I accidentally found myself at a swingers party one time.
How do you
Didn't know.
accidentally...
You don't know? You don't know?
You dropped and fell in there?
Just trying to support, man.
No, I didn't know. I didn't know what was going on.
These nuts.
No, that's not what was going on. Why would you play that? That's weird, man.
That definitely was.
Oh my God, yes.
Come on, man.
So embarrassing.
Here, Maury, take my coat.
Real bad man.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
The debate last night, I don't know. I had so much I was going to do, and everybody's there's so many clips, but there was like, I don't know.
Did you watch the whole debate?
Yeah, I watched the entire thing. It was fine. It was fine. It was fine. I mean, yeah, it's too long. It was on too late. Like, I would have been into it if it was earlier. And I didn't really like the format. And the moderators were kind of like meh. And Trump really could have done some stuff if he wasn't crazy. Kamala Harris just beat his ass all over the place. And then everybody was like talking about her earrings because they found on Fashion Nova an earring that looks somewhat like her earring, but it's also an earpiece to hear things in. Like, there's so much stupidness going on. Anyway.
What's wrong with Fashion Nova, though?
Nothing is wrong with Fashion Nova, right? I'm not saying anything's wrong with Fashion Nova. I'm just saying that she didn't have an earring that was also headphones. Right? The pearl earring headphones. Like, everything turns so stupid so fast. It's crazy. But the wild claim that Trump made, so every time Kamala Harris hit him with something that Trump wasn't ready for, he just went nuts. Like, he went off script and started to go crazy. Yeah. And this is probably the craziest part.
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. And this is what's happening in our country, and it's a shame.
So what? So that's the claim that the Haitian migrants are eating people's pets, because somebody went to city council meeting and said that the Haitians were pulling the ducks right out of the lake and ripping their heads off, and then they're eating house cats, like they're eating people's pets. And so this is what he's going on. So Trump said that, and then the internet does what the internet does.
They're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there.
Oh, terrible. Yeah, that's lit.
Sounds fun, though.
Play that again for me.
Oh, that's amazing.
They're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there.
There should be a live band during the debate that plays along to the mood. Like, you hire really, really talented musicians who can just sort of like riff.
You know who would do a great job?
Who's that?
The band that plays on Fallon, The Roots.
Yeah, they would. Yeah, they do a great job.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Like, they're quick. They are so quick with it.
Yeah. But the big story out of the debate wasn't actually what happened on that stage. It's what happened on social media afterwards. Taylor Swift endorsing Kamala Harris officially. She waited till after the debate. She really made a point to not go in on Trump or his voters or his fans, because Taylor Swift, like, it is possible to have too big of a voice. And I know people always go in on Taylor Swift, being like, you got this massive voice, why aren't you using it? And I understand that for some people, but it is possible to have too big of a voice. I mean, she just had to shut down a concert recently because there was going to be a terrorist attack, killing thousands of her fans that authorities stopped. Like, you can have too big of a voice, and you really have to be careful. And one of the things that Taylor said was, recently I was made aware that an AI version of me falsely endorsed Donald Trump's presidential run, and that was posted on his site. It really conjured up my fears around AI and the dangers of spreading misinformation. It brought me to the conclusion that I need to be very transparent about my actual plans for this election as a voter. The simplest way to combat misinformation is with the truth. She goes on to say, I'll be casting my vote for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz in the 2024 presidential election. I'm voting for Kamala Harris because she fights for the rights and causes I believe need a warrior to champion them. I think that she is steady-handed, a gifted leader, and I believe we can accomplish so much more in this country if we are led by calm and not chaos. So that's what she had to say. Big endorsement, though.
Huge.
Yeah.
Like, how many people on her Instagram? Like 300 million or something like that?
Yeah, something crazy like that.
That's crazy.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Good news.
Hit me.
A Canadian court approved the reorganization plan for Red Lobster and granted a restructuring that would see the chain exit bankruptcy. So it's based in Florida, and the company in the U.S. filed for Chapter 11 in the U.S. back in May, shutting down like dozens of Red Lobsters. However, here, the restructuring plan is expected to allow the 27 Red Lobster locations locations in Canada to remain open.
Let me tell you why my parents are going to be thrilled yet pissed.
Please do.
At the exact same time, because they love Red Lobster.
Very okay.
So when it
very
was
good.
announced that they're going bankrupt,
Yeah.
and that they were going to shut down,
Yeah.
my mom was like, "Well, I got all these gift cards."
Right.
So they went like enough times.
No, did they?
To use
They
up the
kept
gift
going,
cards.
Huh? They kept going. Yeah.
Before they shut down.
Yeah.
They're going to be happy because they can start their beloved Red
Absolutely.
Lobster is still around.
Yes.
But like, yo,
How
they
many
used to buy them gift cards.
Do you know what their order is at Red Lobster? Do they do the same thing every time? Like, do they have their favorites, or do they, do they sort of shake it up a
I
little
think
bit?
they change it out, like whatever the
Shake it
specials
up
are.
a little bit, huh?
Right? Because you always get more.
Yeah.
On your
I've
plate
never
than
been to Red
specials.
Lobster.
I listen.
Oh my God, we should all go as a show.
That'd be so much fun.
I had never been, and Catherine, for our entire relationship, had just gone on and on and on about how great Red Lobster
Yeah,
was.
yeah.
And a few years ago, she took Roxy and I to Red Lobster. And no offense to Red Lobster, I had never in my life had a worse meal than I did that day
We're
at
going
Red
to change
Lobster.
that. We're going to do a show
It was-
dinner at
it-
Red Lobster. So many biscuits.
It was sad food.
Nah.
For
But what did
sad
you
people.
get, Roz?
I had a mishmash.
Probably ordered like the chicken or something.
No, I had a mishmash of things, right? Like it was just sad food for sad
You
people.
didn't get like the shrimp with all the cheese on it, the appetizer?
No, maybe I did. I think I did. It was fun. Like it was
we
okay.
don't-
No, it was
Yo,
fun. But I will say
we're turning
this.
up at Red Lobster.
I will say this. What is very big in my house are the Red Lobster biscuits that you can buy in the grocery store and make them yourself at home.
Them biscuits?
Do you ever do that?
They're so fluffy.
You ever buy the biscuit mix?
No.
You don't.
The only time I ever have the biscuits
Yeah?
is at Red Lobster.
Bro, go to the store.
Where do you get those?
We go to like Metro. You just walk into like the cake section or whatever. Right there, Red Lobster biscuits. You
Do you dip them in something?
You can dip them in anything. Anything that you would normally dip a biscuit in, you can dip these biscuits. And so all you got to do is add a little water, I think, and then some cheese. That's it. And you bake them, and they are so good. I will say this. Them biscuits, worth it. Worth it.
See?
Yes.
Look who loves Red Lobster now.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
VMAs last night. A lot going on in there. How did Katy Perry do? All right?
Oh my God, she was fantastic.
Did she sing all her stuff? Is that the
She
deal?
did. You can tell because she was like breathy.
Yeah.
It's a good reminder that he has hits.
Oh, you do have it there.
All right.
Yeah, I like
Sort of
her.
thing, yeah.
Yeah, that new song though, man, derp. God, she had some big hits though, huh? Katy Perry.
She's great.
Oh my God.
I love that she had Orlando Bloom introduce her.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know if you guys have seen her podcast episode with Call Her Daddy, but it's like a really good episode to learn
Is
about
it?
her. Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Taylor Swift and Post Malone up on stage to collect the award for collab for Fortnite. Posty gets up there a little bit lost for words.
Taylor is absolute loss for words. Absolutely one of the most kind and talented people I've ever had the honor of knowing.
And then Taylor Swift, who directed the video.
But it actually was like the most fun video to make. And something that I'll always remember is that when I would finish a take and I'd say cut and we'd be done with that take, I would always just hear like someone like cheering and like, woo, like from across the studio where we were shooting it. And that one person was my boyfriend, Travis. Everything this man touches turns to happiness and fun and magic. So I want to thank him for adding that to our shoot. Because I always remember that. And the fact that this is a fan-voted award and you voted for this, I appreciate it so much. And if you are over 18, please register to vote for something else that's very important coming up. The 2024 presidential election. I love you all so much. Thank you for this.
Taylor Swift, keep killing it.
The The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I guess John Bon Jovi was down in Nashville shooting a video, and they were on a bridge, and on that same bridge was apparently like a woman who was going to jump off.
What?
And they saw her, and then one of the assistants on the video, a production assistant, went over and started talking to her. And then slowly, John Bon Jovi started walking over, and then he sort of like joined the conversation. I don't know what he said. Nobody said anything. Helped the woman back over the railing, like gave her a hug, and then sort of like they got her to a safe place. Like he literally talked the woman off the ledge in the middle of in the middle of a video shoot. And there was video of it, and then it's been pulled off YouTube because I don't think anybody wants to see it.
No.
But yeah, John Bon Jovi, like
Did you
saved
know that it was him,
somebody's
you think?
life.
I wonder.
I would say, I mean, I don't.
Who knows?
Who knows?
He saved a life, basically.
But you know, John Bon Jovi is just one of those guys that I'm sure he walked up and said, "Hey, I'm John." You know, whether she knew or not, like he's just that kind of dude, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that dude does a lot of great stuff for people, man. Oh my God.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a crazy story. Oh my God.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
According to TMZ, Justin Timberlake has accepted a plea deal which reduces his DUI charge down to a traffic violation, which is a non-criminal offense. According to insiders, Timberlake and the judge agreed. And he will reportedly have to pay between like $300 and $500 in a fine. So this is all stemming back from June when he was pulled over in the Hamptons, loaded, even though I think it was the cop that was like, don't get in your car. And then he got in his car and drove off. And then other people in the bar, remember the first reports that came out said he was just like so drunk, he was drinking other people's drinks when they got up to go to the bathroom.
That's gross.
Anyway, when they pulled him over, he refused to do a breathalyzer, and Justin's lawyer has said that he was not intoxicated, even though everybody else said that the guy was loaded.
Right,
but that's what you get in the Hamptons when you're Justin Timberlake.
The picture.
Yeah.
You see his eyes, man.
Yeah, traffic violation. Traffic violation.
That's crazy.
Right? $300, Mr. Timberlake. And that's how you do that.
Easy thing.
Right?
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Will Ferrell and Harper Steele. Harper Steele, Will Ferrell's best friend, former, I think, like head writer on SNL or something like that.
They started on the same day.
They did a documentary together, and even just the trailer for it is really great. And Will explains a little bit of it in the trailer, but it's about Harper's transition from a man to a woman, and then they go on a road trip because Will Ferrell didn't know a whole lot about what it's like, let alone having a best friend who's transitioning.
Hi there, I'm Will Ferrell, one of the greatest actors in the world. A long time ago, back when I was at Saturday Night Live, I met a guy who was hired as a writer the same week I was hired. He wrote a bunch of sketches for me and eventually became the head writer of SNL. And over the years, he became one of my closest friends. And then one day, I got this email. Hey, Will, something I need you to know. I'll be transitioning to live as a woman.
I don't doubt that Will is my friend, but I'm not Andrew Steele anymore.
It was just, whoa.
I love this country so much, I just don't know if it loves me back right now.
Harper, would you want to do a road trip as this new version of yourself and at the same time figure out what this all means to us?
Wow. Damn.
So Netflix on September 27th, there's one part in the documentary where Will looks at her when they're driving, and he's like, so now that you're a woman, do you think you're a worse driver or something like that?
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. He's
and then Harper's so offended, and then he goes, yes. It's so good. So that's September 27th on Netflix. Dammit Maury catching up with Will Ferrell and Harper Steele before the premiere.
Will Ferrell. Harper Steele, how are you guys? First of all, I want to say, and I'm trying not to get emotional, but this was the most incredible thing I've ever seen. It was so beautiful.
Oh, wonderful.
It was.
So this will be positive.
It's going to be a beacon for so many people around the world. This is going to be incredible. We're about to go in and see this in front of a Canadian audience. What do you want to say to each other before going in to see this right now?
Well, it's been such a really cool journey. So every time I do go into these experiences, there's a moment of gratitude for me that I got to come out into, that my friend was there for me. So I think, I would, if I didn't say it out loud, I would probably be thinking something like that.
I've been to a lot of premieres. I've been to a lot of festivals. I've been to, but I don't think I've ever been a part of anything like that was really entertaining, and at the same time, we're getting the impression that it's very meaningful to a lot of people. It's meaningful for us, but we literally finished it and thought, What's there? We don't know if anyone's going to watch this, and not only are people watching it, but it's overwhelming, I think, for us at times to really sit back and recognize how impactful it's feeling like it's going to be.
Damn.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Cleveland Browns quarterback Deshaun Watson faces a new sexual assault allegation in a lawsuit. This is the 27th accusation of its kind against him.
Is this the guy?
The 27th.
That he's paid out like 20-something times or 21 times?
So I'll get to that. Yeah.
Is this the same guy?
So the woman, who is a single mother, claims Watson assaulted her on their first date. She alleges the assault happened back in 2020 during a massage at her apartment. Other women have made similar claims, and most cases have been settled out of court. So most of the 27 accusations have been settled out of court. He's denied all the accusations, and he's not been tried or he's not been charged. The NFL's response is that he can continue to play. The league said that it will review the latest case under the personal conduct policy. And in 2022, they did suspend him for 11 games and fined him $5 million for prior allegations. But here's the gross thing about the NFL is that this is alleged to have happened in 2020. So if he is found, if there's any sort of credible evidence comes out or whatever it is, they suspended him in 2022. And so because this happened in 2020, they will probably retroactively lump whatever suspension he should get now into what he had in 2022 because this happened before.
What?
Right? So it's to them, it wouldn't be considered a new allegation because they dealt with things in 2022 that happened prior to 2022. This happened in 2020.
But this news didn't come out until now.
But it was lumped in with all the other ones that came out.
They can't
I'm
change.
telling you,
they
man.
Can't change the rules like that.
This is the NFL. 27 allegations, and the guy's still playing. It's the NFL.
Right,
That's what happens. So, by the way, guaranteed 5-year, $230 million contract. So even if they can, I mean, he's going to walk away with millions, hundreds of millions of dollars. But that's a crazy ass story, man.
No.
Wow.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
After Taylor Swift came out to endorse Kamala Harris, and it was a very safe endorsement. She wasn't like Donald Trump's the devil or anything because she doesn't want to, one, put herself or her fans in any danger whatsoever, but also doesn't want to alienate everybody. But she has the biggest voice in the world, and you need to sort of do your thing. And now because Taylor Swift did it, it's shining a giant light on some of the other stars who have not come out to endorse. And it's not just about endorsing a candidate. It's specifically about endorsing Kamala Harris. And this is Joy Behar on The View yesterday trying to put Usher into a corner to get an endorsement live on the show.
That in this emergency that we're in, I think that behooves artists to come out and speak for Kamala against Donald Trump because he is an existential threat to the country. What do you say to that?
You know what? I don't get too deep into politics. I didn't get a chance to watch the debate last night. I obviously have been watching like everybody else. I think voting is an individual choice. And I think that you're right. You have to look at the reality of the country that we are and the country that we want to be and find the candidate that you feel both are who fits the category of where we want to be. And that's it. And that's what you vote based off of. Who you highlight and how you choose to highlight it on whatever platform you have is your prerogative.
Yes.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
They did a poll talking to boomers, Gen Xers, that's me, millennials, and Gen Z.
Okay.
So 4 generations. And they asked them, at what age do you or did you feel that life got real?
Define real.
So real is in when you realize that you are completely self-sufficient. You got to pay your own bills, financially independent. You got responsibilities that are other than meeting your friends for brunch. Like, at what age did life get real?
Okay, so maybe it's different for me because I was on my own at 22.
Okay.
With all of that, minus the friends for brunch. Like, I had to come up with money for rent, for groceries, insurance, like everything.
It's not just about the money, though, right? Like, it's not just about
for
the
me at 22, it was real.
Right. But when you, I'm going to add something in there, right? Where you actually start to feel that maybe you're responsible for other people other than yourself. Whether that is in a workplace situation, whether that is you have a young family, whether that is friendships are different.
Like late 20s.
Late 20s. Damn it, Maury.
I was going to say 30.
30. Shemi.
Yeah, I was going to say when I got divorced, so I'm going to say 28.
28. Maria.
Sorry, when I got married.
When you got married.
Sorry.
Maria.
26.
26. How old are you now?
28.
28. So it's real for you.
Oh.
27 was the age
Okay.
by the
Oh,
way, that
damn
people
it.
feel that things got real. They say 42% of people across all generations say that they found that being an adult is harder than they expected it to be.
Yeah.
Well.
Thanks for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Catch the guys live
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10
on Kiss 92.5.
KISS925.com.
Or download the Kiss 92.5 app.